be chilling tonight. I need to feel tonight, man. Hey, man, where my radio, man? Yeah, let's go. I need you to turn that up. Jamming tonight. Turn on the radio. You and I turn on the radio. Yeah, yeah.
Pull the way up like we in a club. Fly flashy, grown classy, so turn it to dub. Saturday mornings, no walk of shame, we fresh up. 950 lounge, that's my guilty pleasure. I don't miss my favorite show, I put everything on hold. Work the baby, even the babysitter know. When 950 come on, don't bother. I'm locked in 10 to 1, no problem. Turn on the radio. You and I turn on the radio. Yeah.
We have another superstar young singer herself. She's doing some amazing things. She's from Canada, our friends to the north, and she just experienced her first American Thanksgiving. Ladies and gentlemen, friends of the show, superstar artist, the lovely, super talented Brittany Clarke. What's going on, darling?
Hey, I'm doing good. It's a beautiful day.
Yeah.
Beautiful day.
Like summertime in Canada, this better. Woo!
Yeah, seriously.
Hey, go to
That's
the
what it
beach.
is. Wearing t-shirts out. Let's go get a tan, guys. No problem.
Again, thanks for coming. I know.
Thank you for having me again.
The last time I
So
saw
nice
we
to
had a
be
great time. We was at the launch of the Cecil.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a great time. Oh.
Too much fun a little bit.
Well,
Too
I'm
much
not
fun.
gonna say how much fun. Your husband was away and he's probably listening.
That's what you want to know. How much fun? I'm speaking on his behalf. How much fun?
No, it was good.
It was good. We had a good time, you know.
Yeah.
And you're doing some nice stuff with your music. I know we got one of your songs queued up. You sent us. Talk about what's going on new with the music.
Right. Well, I'm really trying to push myself in terms of production and hone in. I work on Logic Pro, which is a software audio program, and you know, I feel like there's a bit of a lack of female producers, especially in New York, and I'm trying to kind of up that up myself and get better. And so this new single I've sent you, which we'll hear later, I produced myself. And it's my first attempt at really releasing and mixing a song. So I'm excited about that. But I've been co-writing a ton. I've been meeting a lot of amazing producers. I was out in LA a few weeks ago at the Taxi convention, which is like sync and TV and film.
Nice.
And I've been playing around with that and just trying to see where I can get my music and get better and who I can collaborate with and just keep busy, keep working.
You doing the old school way instead of just doing it online. You actually going to events to push your music.
Well, this is a people's game, you know? Like, people remember your face. They remember how you feel, not what you said, you know, how you make them feel.
And I know for a fact you're one of the people that you really stay at people, because I know, like, even when I was a little tardy myself, it's hard to believe. Like,
No, it's not.
what's going on? Where you at? And so I appreciate that. So that vigor and that ferocity to be the best is definitely, you know, part of the game. But let's talk about the business of music, because you're an independent artist, and you know you have to pay for everything, and you have to kind of find your own niche in how to advertise and market that gets the balance between, you know, mortgage or rent to music,
right?
Because that's a slippery slope. Talk about how you've kind of used your media budget and technology to help get your name in.
Right. Well, you know, the industry has changed so much that it really is on the artist. The artist has a lot of power now to promote themselves and wear all these different hats about being their own manager and their own publicist, their own marketer, and so much of it is done on this fantastic little device we have, our iPhone,
Right.
our Android phones, and there's so much that can be done on there if you just put the time and you research and you learn what the market wants and you read up and you do your work. And in terms of money, I mean, coming from Toronto to New York City, I thought I was expecting people to be more shut out and be really competitive. And I soon realized that it was the exact opposite. And people want to help. And I think if you get used to asking for help, and if you know where to look and you know how to kind of help each other out, then you can do things on the cheap.
Yeah.
And if you believe in yourself, people will believe in you. Everyone loves a winner. And I think if you learn how to get your head right and your heart right and know what you want, the rest will just follow, regardless of how much money you have in the bank, you know?
How do you like producing? Are you a 808s? Are you a Kanye?
No.
Are you live band?
I'm live. This
You're
track
live
is all
band?
live.
All live.
It was all acoustic. Yeah.
Are you playing every instrument, or did you bring some people in that you know and say,
It's stripped.
hey?
It's super. It's just my vocals
Right.
and this buddy Michael White that I play with on electric guitar, and he had a really beautiful pedal board that he's played with, and it's super reverberated, acoustic, ethereal, and I just kind of brought that up a little bit. You know, I mixed it. I learned what frequencies work in left, right, pan, and all that stuff. So I'm studying the basis of engineering. I'm not a sampler. I don't have a Splice account. You know, but I will get there.
Yeah,
it's just
that's
where
the start. You're starting at the right spot.
I feel more. I play
comfortable?
piano. I feel more. It's in my wheelhouse when it's acoustic. When I have something coming in that I can control even before it's recorded. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like to do all post. If it's good live, if it's good right away, then I'm just tweaking and bringing things up and leave it as is.
So you're not that producer that goes back a day later like, I don't like the way this sounds. I gotta go back and
I don't like the group.
I don't like this. I gotta drop this down and I gotta tear this apart and then put this all back together again. If it's good the first time, you just let it go.
Yeah, I mean, there's always the magic in the first take, right? So I'm a big believer of that, and if you fiddle with something too much, you'll lose that energy, that quality that you can't explain, but you just vibe to. You know, when you listen to a really good song. Which is why I think Motown is so powerful nowadays, because everyone's hearing electronic MIDI instruments, and when you put on a Motown sample, people are like, "Whoa!"
Yeah,
and it commands your attention in a different
probably
way.
be Lucius in the studio. I told you to say the way I told you.
You be Lucius in prison.
I didn't say Ike Turner. I said Lucius.
No, you be his other character in Hustle and Flow. I need that mic man.
Really be like, no, not the mic.
Now, Brittany, you've had a life change this year.
I got married.
Yeah, okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Ain't no hand clapping, Sean. Oh, thanks.
So like, damn. That's our verse. That's Chris Paul right there. So how has marriage kind of helped you write? I know you're a spiritual writer. Everything is off energy and rhythm. How has marriage helped you, become a better artist?
That's a good question. It's definitely, I wouldn't think it changed. I wouldn't have thought it would change anything. I've been with my partner over 7 years, and it was like, oh, it's a piece of paper. Right. But
not in America.
That's right. Not in America. It's more than a piece of paper.
Canada is a little more chill, but I mean, there's a lot of common law in Canada, I think, as well.
We got free health care.
Yeah.
Everybody's cool. Makuta Tata.
Yeah, people are taken care of a little bit, but then after we were married, and it was like something grew stronger. There was more of a foundation, less up in the air, and it allowed me to not only take a step back and kind of have more mental capacity to work on what I needed to do, but also I know that there is that foundation, and there is that I can lean back on somebody else who has my back, and we're together. And also when I introduce people to my husband, they look at me in a different way. It's like, oh, is your boyfriend? Oh, well, I don't know what you're doing with your life. But it's like, people think, oh, you're married. Okay, you're a real adult now.
Right.
But now being married and you are in the entertainment world, as you go stronger, you think he'll be able to accept it? Because, when you
ain't got no choice.
No, but a lot of people sometimes,
they get threatened.
Yeah, and also intimidated.
Right.
She's in the studio with Justin Bieber.
Beaver or Beaver?
Oh, Beaver.
Don't.
It's Bieber. No, it's Bieber.
It's Beaver.
Oh, Beaver.
Listen, right.
But you know what? That's funny because he's Canadian and Canadian Beaver. It works. It works.
But have you,
Right. I mean, I think at the end of the day, when you share space with somebody and you're married to somebody, your ego needs to be in check at all times. And I think as just being a centered person, an individual, and I'll cross that bridge when I get there. If I feel like there's a conversation that needs to be had and things need to be straightened out, I'm always about communication, like sitting down.
Nice.
And I don't like to push things under the rug. What's up? Let's talk about it.
There you go.
So
Yeah, 'cause you go to some people's houses, their rug is so bumpy, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, like Mary J. Blige, like her whole relationship, and she put out this amazing album, and now she's like on top of the world again. But it's like, why do we have to suffer in our relationships
Everybody
to
likes
be
the
successful
misery,
later
Mary.
on?
But no,
Mary's happy.
But you gotta go through some things so it could pull some things out of you that you didn't know were there.
Absolutely.
And that's what I always think it is. You go through something and you realize, wow, I didn't think I could ever handle that. You come out of it, you're like, wow, I'm stronger for it.
Yeah.
And then Mary came out with a great album.
But music is therapy. Music is therapy.
like comedy or anything else that you know is an art form. You know, there's always some tragedy in talent and growth. Some tragedy with this radio show, as mostly on me. But from a personal standpoint, this was your first American Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving
Yes, it
now
was.
is a month later.
You had turkey?
I had for the first time marshmallows on sweet
yams?
potato.
Yeah, good, isn't it?
I was like,
Blown
I'm in
away,
America
huh?
now.
Yeah.
I
You must have been in a black person's house.
It wasn't actually.
Okay.
They're Irish and Puerto Rican.
Oh,
That's
Puerto
close.
Rican.
Puerto Rican, that's close
Yeah.
enough.
You had
Yeah.
panini? You had the panini?
Panini?
Panini.
Like paninis?
No,
No,
Pernell,
Pernell.
Pernell.
No,
Pernell.
panini. That's the roast.
Pernell is the roast. It's
pork.
Pernell.
Oh.
I thought it was panini.
But it was pretty middle of
Did you have
American.
did you have some poutine?
Putin? No.
No?
No poutine
No
on
poutine.
Thanksgiving?
No.
You had coquito?
What's coquito?
It's a white drink.
Yeah.
It's like a white drink. It's kind of thick.
You
It's like
said you
eggnog
was at a
spice.
yeah,
Yeah,
Oh.
no, it's like,
Egg
all right, so
yeah.
all right, here's the question. What did you have? What did they lay out for Thanksgiving?
Lots of
Let's start
sides,
there.
like green beans with onions, Brussels sprouts,
tomatoes,
ham,
tomatoes.
There you go. Yeah.
all the starches. It was
Oh,
delicious.
okay.
It was
Fantastic,
delicious.
fantastic. So,
Yeah.
I'm going to keep you around. You're going to sit around for our news segment. You cool with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's news time. The news is presented by...
If you're feeling sad and blue, listen to Sapphire Blue. Clear.
Sapphire's not here. She's
So,
making the world a safer
We got
place.
the lighter version of Sapphire
Yeah.
Blue.
Well, it's very light.
Wow. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Tan.
No comments to this whole situation.
I can only imagine how that's gonna
You had
come out.
collard greens and sweet potatoes on Thanksgiving. You're
She said, I got black on.
I live in a home. I'm black. But any event, it's news time and Sapphire Blue. I'm gonna handle that today. I want to start the show off. I'll start the segment off with something that's not too happy. We had a couple of celebrity deaths this week. David Cassidy, Partridge Family,
67.
Della Reese, Mel Tillis, and John Hillerman. John Hillerman from Magnum P.I. For those who are a little older, they remember John Hillerman. So peaceful journey to his assistant Higgins.
Higgins.
Yeah.
He was the boss.
I ain't mentioning him. Rest in hell. That
Who?
Charles Manson.
Oh.
man.
Oh,
But,
Oh yeah.
any event.
He was 84.
But we ain't talking about
Yeah, I
him.
know.
Let's move on. Tamar Braxton is in the news, and she's really upset at her mother. Her mother, Evelyn Braxton. It seems that Tamar is not happy with the fact that Evelyn's been interfering and making statements about her husband, Vincent Herbert. Evelyn Braxton made a comment that she hopes Vincent doesn't kill her daughter, and that has rubbed Tamar the wrong way. Now, Brittany, you're married. You just recently married, so I'm gonna keep you happily married. But the thing about it is, what do you think about something like this when you have, a daughter who's in the entertainment world? The mother, because of social media and reality, has now thrust it into being her own celebrity. Mm-hmm. But, she's concerned about her daughter, but maybe she's doing it in a way where the daughter's not happy. How would you
Well, for one,
this?
don't make a statement in the news about it before you have a conversation with your daughter in private.
Right.
I mean, unless they did, and then she threatens her and says, "I'm going to go out in public and make this a big thing."
Mm-hmm.
That's a whole other scenario. But I mean, it seems to me, like I said, I'm about communication.
Right.
If there's a problem, if there's a worry, you come talk to me, and if you don't do that, then there's consequences.
What type of consequences?
Yeah.
We get the
Consequence-
shovel?
Consequences that I might have to get lawyer up if you're gonna
Wow.
treat me like I'm not a family member
Or do a Mary J. Blige. And music.
and write a really
You
good
must have read
album
the
and-
Gary Coleman book on how to deal with family.
I watched, ironically, I
know you
started
do.
watching Vince and Tamar.
Right.
On, they have a reality show, and you could see that man is not happy at all, and I guess it's like you know, Brittany said, it's always good to confront the people that you got the problem with before you confront it on social media. Like you know, the same thing a couple weeks ago with what Therese was like, I want my baby back, you know, and you see how that they got a song out on it now.
Yeah. What about you, Just? I mean, again, you've been married.
I could care less.
2 bottles of Hennessy.
I care less. I don't care.
What about
you? It's all publicity. It's all to get people to watch the show, to get ratings.
You think that was for publicity?
Listen, her and Vince been going at it since they got together, it seems like. When he was chubby, they was going at it. Now he's slim, they still going at it.
Yeah, I mean, threatened.
Now you feel threatened. It's all publicity. It's all to get ratings. I hope it. Well, I hate to say it like that, and I hope I'm wrong. I really do.
I didn't even think about it.
But I really think, because look, you started watching it. Yeah. Now you got people starting to watch to understand, why is it like this? Or why is she saying this? It could be just ratings.
Because at the end of the season, you know, they show you clips. At the end of the season, she got a bombshell to drop, and she left her ring on the counter, you know, in their house.
Yeah, it's called ratings. That's called ratings.
So are you saying that they had a private conversation behind closed doors and saying, well, we're going to do this for publicity and it's going to be a stunt?
It's a possibility.
Listen, you got. That's how they make money. And I mean, she's not really singing right now, and I really don't know what Vince does.
Vince is a music producer.
He's a producer, but
he's producing Remy Ma now.
No, Vince is huge. Not in this weight.
Lady Gaga and all that. Yeah.
No, Vince is a player in the game. No question about it. Tony Braxton, Mariah Carey. So
he's got money. I understand that, but you still got ratings to produce. If you still want to have another show and keep the show going,
I think it's more for her than him.
Well, I think again, you got to understand these people live. This is these people's world. It's just like how people talk about everything on their social media page, and all their business because they put out themselves. Unfortunately, it's just how these people live. I don't think they deal with real life problems, but just they play it in real life scenarios, and that's just the unfortunate part. So you just is right. Where keep your private business well, but again, you're right because it's part of who they are. Backstage, you have a comment, or you just want me to move on?
Move on.
Okay, let's move on.
They ain't living in my house.
They ain't paying my bills.
unless she handle the Harvey Weinstein. Let's move on.
Hey, what was that about?
Women go there.
Bad joke, a rodeo special.
Bad joke.
We just mentioned obviously some lost celebrities, but this one here was a complete prank. Somebody put a fake Twitter account saying that Aretha Franklin had died. The fake Twitter account looks very similar to the singer's real one, but the same cover and profile pictures and description. I'm doing well. Generally, all tests have come back good, Franklin said to Us Weekly. So Aretha Franklin at 75 is still alive. He put her own thing out. So people stop putting out fake death accounts.
I don't know how they do that. They said like this Vin Diesel and The Rock, all these different celebrities. Every week you say somebody puts up they past. I don't know why they doing that.
It's the hate, and people got nothing better to do.
Yeah.
It's hate, and they got nothing better to do, and they depressed with their own life, so they're gonna try to make somebody else's life miserable.
I love Aretha. That that was the Super. That was the last year. She's probably still singing that song at the national anthem.
Brittany, do you have a favorite Aretha Franklin song?
Ooh, gosh, that's a hard one.
Think on it. R-E-S-P-E-C. What you?
Oop.
Ain't No Other Man, probably. Ain't No Other Man. Make me feel the way that you do. I believe. I'm not sure the title of it, but that the lyrics in that song and the way she sings it.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, that's another good one. Yeah.
What about you backstage? You know Aretha Franklin?
Ain't no woman like the one I got.
See, I always got my mouthpiece right there talking for me. She always made a lot of good songs, everything else, especially when she came from the gospel's time all the way up until now. So she always been a very big singer to me.
My question, do Aretha and Patty still have that diva beef going?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't understand that. They both the same age. What is the problem? Y'all both can't share the mic?
Nope. Because they made it. That's why they ain't sharing the mic.
Thank you, Just, for that. Let's move on. Now, we have a lady here, and we have ladies in the studio, but this is just the news. Studies say, ladies, your vagina may be bleaching your underwear, and why it's a good sign. As alarming as it sounds, it's simply your body doing its thing.
What in the world you came up with this one?
What are you looking
I'm letting you know.
That's his news.
If you ever notice a bleach patch in your underwear, ladies, then it could be the work of your vagina's natural pH balance. It's a good thing. As worrying as this may sound, it's actually good rather than an indication that something is wrong or going awry in your laundry. pH levels determine how acid or alkaline sometimes is balanced in your body. When there's a level lower than 7, that indicates acid properties. So, Brittany, I'm not going to ask you that question, but if you ever notice that in your, in your wash, it's a good thing. You're not, it's not like you have like bad detergent.
I'm gonna take that and put that in my pocket and save it for later.
Oh, you mean if the color deteriorated?
Yes, that
means one of two things: either the color's deteriorated, or you were wearing them too many times. You need to go buy some new ones.
Yeah.
Well,
that's one of the two
that
things.
That could be but they're saying that if you see
one
that,
of the two things.
if you see that, that means that you should not be alarmed. And Shirley hits me up on that, so I guess maybe Shirley has that issue.
So, do you ever do the laundry?
No, I don't. That's
What happens
one
to
of my
men's
treats.
underwear?
Well,
Do we need to talk about
we just
that?
have Hershey stains in the back. That's what men normally have.
That and the band goes left. That's it.
Backstage, any thoughts on that?
Nope.
Okay.
That's enough said.
Dodging that bullet.
That's a mic drop.
Rodeo, you said you do the laundry at your house. So have
No,
you
I
ever-
don't do the laundry.
You
I help out with the laundry.
What, you just
Good
carry
man.
the
I
bag?
never investigated, the panties. I don't investigate.
Well, okay. Well, that's
They
great.
always buy a new pair anyway, so
Yeah.
no need to investigate.
And they're better when they're off anyway.
Yeah.
Erykah Badu. Erykah Badu was in the news. Erykah Badu offers soul therapy ahead of her Soul Train Awards. There's no question Erykah Badu is a soul goddess. On Sunday, she'll host the BET Awards tomorrow. She's very excited about her coming back out per se. She had a video that went viral. I can't say the necessary words.
It was beautiful.
But Badu is happy to be back on the scene and again taking the next step in her career. What's your thoughts about Erykah Badu?
I follow her on Instagram, and I enjoy so much just the contrast of her energy and her expression and her appearance and just the way that she handles life, and it's just so honest, and and it's sincere, and when you're on Instagram you see a lot of bullshit, and it's nice.
That's an Erykah Badu.
Hey,
I'm
8-second button somewhere. Please
Sorry,
hit that button.
I got caught up, but I love her, and I wish her all the best in this new album.
Love her too much.
Yeah.
Classic, your thoughts on Badu?
I love Badu. I saw that video. I want to.
Even if you've been called
Listen,
Tyrone a couple times,
she could call me every single thing under the sun. That's Miss Badu. She is amazing. She's beautiful. She's a queen, goddess. Oh my God.
She's a person that doesn't hold back.
Yeah.
She lets you know what it is, and she doesn't care if she insults you. She believes in what she puts out.
Yeah, and you don't get
And I
anything
think we
done
need more people like that.
by being fake, and you don't help anybody when you're you're doing great.
Yeah, that's like Gus and Sugar Hill. Never called you.
The movie, not the group. Backstage, your thoughts on Erykah Badu, or do you even care?
No, I mean, I'm glad to see her come back out because she had some very good music back in the days that was very touching and powerful. So it's good to see
What's
her
your favorite
back on the
Badu
scene.
song Backstage?
Call Tyrone.
Yeah.
Does everybody like that show? That song just because you laugh? Because you make sure you wasn't that guy named
Everybody
Tyrone?
in life, I think, has been Tyrone.
I wouldn't be surprised in the next year or so, she'll actually have her own reality show or her own talk show. I can see that.
You say that about everybody. You just
No,
watch
I
too
said
much
talk
television.
show.
No, but you said that about Kaepernick last week.
No, because they intriguing. And people have intriguing lives. I think other people would love to see.
That's because you watch too much television. Stay out of that 300-inch TV. You're not in the television. You're watching it. I'm in the screen. But again, okay, we move on. I digress. Right.
Yes.
It's the Sapphire Blue Report news, and I'm not Sapphire Blue. Let's move on. Janet Jackson and Jermaine Dupri are back together.
What?
The Together Again singer underwent a difficult split from husband Wissam Alamana, I have to say that 3 times, with whom she had a 10-month-old son with. In April this year, her husband turned into a hip-hop star for combating support. The Unbreakable Star is currently on tour with Elisa. That's Janet's on tour. And the son was born a few months before. Her and Jermaine are keeping things casual. So that's going on
They
right now.
got a child?
No, she had a child with her husband. But, now Jermaine is playing Kanye West and sliding back in the picture.
She was just in Brooklyn a couple weeks ago, Janet Jackson.
Huh.
She was at the Barclays, yeah.
So what's your thoughts on Janet getting busy? Let's forget Janet, because I know you ain't crazy about the celebrity thing. But let's say you were dating somebody and you reconnected. You think those work again on second runs?
Yeah, I mean, why not? If the love was there in the beginning and they older now and they're more mature, then of course they can make it work. Listen, if you want it, you can have it. Go do it.
Now, Brittany, you was with your situation. Your love just kind of grew out of you.
Oh, we broke up a few times.
Oh, okay. So you know
Make
what
up
Janet
to break up.
Yeah. No, I mean, sometimes I think when you're together with somebody so much, you need to have a break to realize who you are
Right.
aside from them, and get your life together, get your head right. And I think coming back on it with fresh eyes and a fresh heart is a good thing. And I wish them all the success.
It's like a Kit Kat. Just take a piece of it, break it off.
Yeah.
What?
A Kit Kat.
Oh, Jesus.
He's got black Tourette's.
You can talk chocolate to me all the time. I speak that language.
I'm glad. See, Brittany understands.
Backstage.
Yeah.
I have no.
You got to give me some thoughts. It's a radio show. If you just sit up there, then we don't even have a mic.
Personally, like I said,
Thank
when you come up most of these things like this, if they basically are really in love and they're gonna come back together, God bless them.
Can you realize that you do an entertainment show?
Yes,
and
I do
this is
realize
not
it,
meet
but
the press
most of these
all day. We have our political statements.
Listen, Ed loves the political game and healthcare. We want to talk about healthcare. We be here to 8 o'clock tonight.
Mr.
Yeah.
Roper, have a sense of humor. My goodness.
I can care less about
I don't
this
want to
right
make
here.
people too depressed over
Man,
AIDS.
you know what? That is a landlord. I can care less. Where's my money?
Well, Brittany, are you a meat eater?
Yes.
Yeah, she was at a Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
So Puerto Ricans only do is eat meat?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true.
How much meat do you want?
And Rodeo said that, not Kev.
It's not. They know.
I just asked the question. Let me do
Ain't
it
no
again.
I
vegans
don't
going to a Spanish house on holidays. I'm sorry, you're not going there.
Well,
Brittany.
I do try to practice plant-based diet.
you wasn't practicing that day.
No, I had turkey for sure. I had turkey.
It wasn't a
But-
plant-based turkey, was it?
No, it was
Oh,
real.
okay.
It was
It
Is
was
alive.
it turkey meat?
It was alive?
It was alive at one
Is
point.
it turkey meat?
Turkey meat. Yeah.
Yeah, turkey is meat.
Oh, my
Okay.
God.
Thank you, Rodeo, for that public service announcement.
Turkey is meat, everybody.
turkey's
All
meat,
right,
yeah.
so get to
Okay.
A
ask the
vegan
question.
calf offers toxic cleaning hangover burgers using one bizarre ingredient. So there's this restaurant that is vegan based, and they offer a toxic cleaner for people who don't want to eat meat.
Oh.
The person who discovers how to cure a hangover will be a wealthy person indeed. Of course, there's already one fail-safe way to avoid hangovers: abstaining from alcohol altogether, which Justin doesn't do. But now we are approaching the party season. There's a wealth of advice on pointers on how to combat hangovers and try to feel human again in time for the next festive gathering. And one is this vegan dish that was put together by Yusela Zagowski, who went vegan after suffering from scary adverse effects of animal products. Her calf offers a lot of ways of charcoal foods, and a decision she made in October that wants to never go back to meat and provide vegan, healthy, cleansing products for people to enjoy. And this is in England.
I'm old school. You know what cleans your system? Castor oil. You take some castor oil within an hour.
What you do? I look, you use Tussin.
Huh?
It was Robitussin.
No, castor oil. And you boil it. Woo, Lord.
I know for a fact you didn't grow up in Mississippi. So where you getting?
Harlem.
Right in the Bronx.
Harlem. I learned it in Harlem.
You must
I
have
don't
missed
want
this-
no young person going home and
And
go
boiling
buying some
castor
castor
oil.
oil. Talking about what Rodeo told me. It's gonna
It
be
does.
good.
I'm telling you.
You already affected one young little girl's impression. That little girl listening, don't listen to Rodeo. Please. Mama, what's that smell? It's castor oil.
No, I'm telling you, it really does. I'm telling you. I'm just letting you know.
You're from our friends to the north. So when you get a little ailment, I know they have a lot of home remedies in the great
Tony Hawk.
great country of Canada. Your thoughts?
Yeah. Gosh. If you're back home, your mom's pancakes. How about?
Oh, with
next
maples,
morning.
with the natural maple syrup?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah?
I don't know, like hydrate. We're a big fan of maple syrup, obviously, but also getting in the outdoors, getting your blood flowing, you know, deep
Shooting
breaths,
mooses.
fresh air. Yeah.
Climbing mountains.
And just be a responsible adult at times, because, like,
Do
you only got one life.
Do Toronto people really turn it up?
We can't. Although our last call is at like 2 a.m. and
1:45.
our subway closes in Toronto at 1:30.
Really?
So
Yeah.
you can have, if you're a student and you're trying to get home, drinking age is 19, so you're trying to get home. Last call, you can't even you can't even make it to last call. You gotta catch a subway and make your way home. So
Wow.
we turn it up when it's like house parties. House parties are really popular. There's a lot of residential houses in downtown in Toronto, so I've had a few of them. 3-story family house, packed, 150 people, backyard, fire.
Log cabin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get downstairs. Take me 20 minutes. All them people. Oh.
It's fun.
And we end news today with, obviously, we know about the situation with Charlie Rose. CBS fired him
Yeah.
over walking
Sexual,
around holding his situation in his
Oh.
hand at 75. Walking around. Imagine a 75-year-old man walking around you, dangling in hand. Hey, Brittany. I
But
like
all
your
the
music.
men that being crucified are old.
No, there you go. But Oprah to the rescue. CBS is begging her to fill in for the CBS morning show. Obviously, we
She's
know
not
Oprah's
going
best friend Gayle King is there. However, Oprah has not gotten back to CBS.
Not enough money.
Well, they're asking her to
have to
name
write
her
that check.
price.
What?
Oh.
A TV Inside told Page 6 they're begging Oprah to fill in, not full time, but they're hoping she'll do it once a day, 2 a days, fill in for an hour, at least during Christmas. And the checkbook right now seems to be open for
hour?
the superstar.
How much you think they'll pay Oprah for an hour? $10 million?
More.
Jeez.
20 million?
I'm talking Oprah. Y'all gonna have
Maybe.
to give me
Maybe
45 to
But
50 million.
But you know what?
I
I don't think
20 million.
I think for Oprah, I don't think it's even about the money itself. I think she's just so busy with so much other things she got going on her own.
It's
Don't be
always
fooled by
about
that
the money.
backstage.
It's always
Hey,
about the money.
Somebody
think
gonna
she's-
give me $50 million and I'm
That's
Oprah.
for
that's,
one
but
hour?
that's, but, see, but
Fabulous.
like I said,
I'm
but that's
taking that
you.
check.
But I'm saying, but that's you. But I'm
that's
saying,
what
but
you
she
want.
might be so busy
Do
that she's
you
so
was Oprah at your house for Thanksgiving? You
Yes, she
so much
was.
about Oprah.
Yes, she was.
$50 million for
Not
1
OP.
hour?
I said Oprah.
I said Oprah. Yes. Yes, she
No, but
was.
you understand, that's Oprah. You get 1 hour. Do you know how many people will watch
Yeah,
Oprah
I'm gonna say
for 1 hour?
50 million for 1 hour?
Listen, that's a lot of odds.
And I still gotta go to
100
work on
million?
Monday.
100.
What about you, Brittany? Would you watch CBS Morning News if they had Oprah Winfrey on?
I mean, it's a hard question. I don't have cable.
Well, then I
So-
guess you won't be watching.
Nah, that's on
I'm out for a walk in the morning. I'm going to grab groceries or coffee. I'm enjoying my day. I ain't in front of a screen.
Brittany
know?
said him.
Brittany said, I'll do it for $100 and a Kit Kat.
My mom's pancakes. Throw those
Yeah,
in.
Mama
pancake.
pancake. My mama
You
pancake.
making me hungry. Keep talking about your mama pancakes.
You should come over one time.
Yes, you heard it.
delicious.
You heard America
Yeah.
and
Who
Canada.
is
I'm
this
gonna
black man in my kitchen?
listen. They love black people in Canada.
do.
That's right.
Sure do.
Sure,
The
you're
flag,
right.
show the flag.
Yeah, man.
That ends the Sapphire Blue News.
Is?
Mercifully, it ends it. And Brittany, this has been great for you. Where
Thank
people
you
can
so
reach out
much.
to? Oh, always. Where people can reach out to you?
I got a website, BrittanyClarkeSings.com. You can also follow me on Instagram at Brittany Clarke Music. I've got a few shows coming up, so if you follow my mailing list, you'll get all the updates. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll get all the updates for that too. And new singles out online as well.
Let us know. We'll put that on our site as well, so people can reach out to you a little
Yeah.
early. Backstage when the union is letting him work. He's very
I'm on
acceptable.
strike.
Yeah.
Well, then I'm sorry, Brittany. Won't be up to March.
My milk and mayonnaise.
Thank you so much, honey.
Thank
Again,
you so much for
appreciate
having
you.
me, guys.
Yo, can I get it in the morning? Every Saturday I be up, no yawning. 950 lounge on